chose to do oven s'mores. I will suggest, if you are not someone who typically works with the oven in your house, to please have adult supervision with working with the oven. If you need adult supervision or adult assistance in taking things in and out of the oven, please make sure you have that. I want to make sure you are safe while making your s'more. So while we make our oven s'mores, one of the things I want to test is to see how melty the chocolate gets. I want to see how gooey the marshmallow gets. And since we're going to be putting graham crackers in the oven, I want to test the texture of the graham crackers after they come out of the oven. Will they be different? Will they taste the same? What's going to happen? The supplies you'll need for oven s'mores are, of course, our typical s'more ingredients. Graham crackers of your choice. I personally like the honey type, but you can use whatever you want. I've seen there's like a cinnamon sugar graham crackers. I'm very curious what that would taste like on a s'more. A chocolate bar of your choice. And marshmallows. I have two different marshmallows I will be using. Regular marshmallows that we typically use for s'more roasting. And I found these s'more marshmallows. And these are marshmallows that are like big and puffy and square. And I want to know the difference between how these will melt and be gooey and as you take a bite versus a regular marshmallow that we typically use for s'mores. You will also need oven mitts for when you or an adult takes the baking pan and s'mores in and out of the oven, because we want to stay safe. A baking pan of your size. I chose the small one because I'm only going to do two just to show you, and my other choices were the big, huge ones that you see in restaurant kitchens. So this is a perfect size for what I'm going to be doing today. You'll need tin foil or aluminum foil, and of course you will need an oven. If you are not one who has adult permission to work with an oven by yourself, please make sure that you have adult supervision in working with the oven. We want to make sure that you have fun, but you stay safe. So please get adult permission and adult supervision when working with the oven. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to cover our baking pan with the aluminum foil. This is an important step. It's not that it's going to do anything different in cooking the s'more, but it's going to make cleanup for your baking pan much, much easier. I don't know about you, but my mom always told me that whatever mess I made, I had to clean up. So this is going to make cleanup much easier from you, and it's going to make your adults at home very happy that they're not going to have to try to clean, or you are going to have to try to clean melted chocolate or melted marshmallows off the baking pan. So we're just going to cover it, do a basic covering. And you just want to make sure that at least the bottom is covered, because mine come out in the industrial size. Mine goes all the way around. Yours doesn't have to, as long as it covers the bottom to make it easier to pick up your s'more and to clean up later. Next step we're going to do is we're going to build our s'more. I'm going to build two s'mores because I'm using two different types of marshmallows. You can build as many s'mores as you want. So I'm putting both pieces of graham crackers down for each one of those. And I'm going to take my chocolate. Mine's a little bit gooey already because it's warm in this kitchen. But that is a-okay. Like, it's gooey already. And I usually do a strip of 3 pieces. So there's 1, 2, 3 small pieces on there. And we're gonna put it on 1 graham cracker. And then we'll put the other piece on the other graham cracker. If you don't want gooey chocolate already, I'd highly suggest keeping your chocolate in the fridge until you're ready for it. Mine's been out, and so it's kind of already starting to melt, which ends up with chocolate all over my fingers, but that's okay. And now we're going to take our marshmallow, and we're going to set it on top. My other one, and set it on top. And the regular marshmallow, you can set it on top like that, you can set it to the side, however you would like. If it doesn't stay one way, shift it to the other way, doesn't matter. We're going to leave the top off because we want the marshmallows to pop up and become gooey. So we're going to leave those right there. Perfect. I'm going to use our oven and stove here in the kitchen. Yours won't look like this, and that's a-okay, but kind of cool. This is a like restaurant style stove. It's old though. So we're going to set our stove to 350 and let it warm up first. So set the stove to 350 and let it warm up. Once it's warm, we're going to put our s'mores in the oven. Okay, it looks like our oven is ready. So we're going to safely put our s'mores into the oven. Notice I'm wearing an oven mitt. If you need adult supervision, please make sure you get adult permission and adult supervision before doing this step. So let's put them in the oven. And then we'll leave them for a couple of minutes and we'll check on them and see how they look. It's been a few minutes, so I'm going to check on our oven s'mores. They're starting to get there. I'm going to have you take a look at this. So the chocolate's starting to get a little bit melty, and the marshmallows are also starting to get a little bit melty, but they're not ready quite yet. So I'm going to put them back in, and we will check them in a couple of more minutes. It's been a few more minutes, so let's take a look at our oven s'mores and see how they look. Oh, yes. Look at this. I'm going to set them down because that is very hot, even with the oven mitt. That is very, very hot. I'm going to grab the other oven mitt. Alright, so you see how puffy that the marshmallows have gotten. This one back here kind of rolled off a little bit, so it's going to be a little bit fun to get put back on. But this one has taken over the entire thing, and that chocolate is super, super, super melty. So I'm going to set it down on here. And I'm going to move the camera closer so you can see what I'm doing. And then we'll be able to test our marshmallows. You do have to be careful at this point because this is very hot, so I suggest having an adult help. I'm going to take 1 graham cracker and put it on top. Ooh, that kind of burnt the bottom. That's okay. And I'm just going to kind of try to, ooh, that's very hot. And do that. I'm going to let them cool just like that for a second because they are extremely hot to the touch right now. And I want to make sure that we are staying safe. So I'll let them cool and then we will test them. So our oven s'mores have cooled enough that I am going to test them and see how they taste. One of the things I noticed is that because they are roasted in the oven, the graham cracker does get a little toasty. I don't know how that will affect the taste of the s'more itself. This is with the regular marshmallows. So the marshmallow itself oozes out just at the edges there. I don't have a whole lot of like actual dripping chocolate. So we'll see how gooey the chocolate is. Let's take a bite. It certainly isn't bad. It does have a little bit more of that roasted taste than other non-cooked style marshmallows I've done. But I will say I am missing that having like a gooey chocolate in there. Other ones I've done has a really gooey chocolate. This one, the marshmallow puffed up so much, this is those square ones, that it went way above and beyond. So this is definitely for those who want more marshmallow than anything else and just want an extremely gooey and sticky experience. This is the marshmallow for you. I did get a little bit of a burntness on the graham cracker, but that's okay. Burnt happens. But this one, I want you to see this. It did get a little bit of that nice golden toastiness. But I think if we went any further, it would have not been good. So let's give this a taste. Definitely more marshmallow than anything else. I did get that little bit burnt taste. I'm not a fan of burnt taste, but if you are the type of person that the perfect s'more for you has that kind of burnt marshmallow taste, this might replace that burnt marshmallow taste a little bit for you. I'm not a fan of it, but that's just me. And so if that is what you like, that's a good choice for you. And if you like more marshmallow than anything else, this is definitely a good choice for you. You can always add more chocolate, of course, but I don't know how gooey the chocolate will be. So this is one of the things you can do if you're missing s'mores and you either want to make them indoors or you don't have a place to make a fire. This is a great way to still get that s'more taste. So hopefully will let me know how your s'mores went and what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, and we'll see you for more adventures.